If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. Another day, more Satanism, unbelievable, being pushed on YouTube. YouTube trending number 10, back for more, is My Chemical Romance, where I've covered this, I believe, a week ago, where they were showing them preparing for a ritual. Well, now we get part 2 of the act, where they're actually doing what they're calling the summoning, or was that what it was called the first time? I forget, but they're summoning, folks. They're summoning a spirit. They're summoning demons. You'll see all the same symbolism that I expose every single day. It feels like every single hour on this channel. No, it's a coincidence though, right? Always in the YouTube trending section. Occult practices, satanic sigils, satanic hand signs, the Masonic symbolism. It's just a coinky dink. I must be making it. I must just be losing my mind, right? Because, we start this video off, and what's the first thing we see? An eyeball. Look at that. It's an eyeball. You see the eyeball on the top of the pyramid in the back of the dollar bill? That can't be any type of conspiracy or anything like that the government's run by Satanists. This world is run by Satanists. Globalist Satanists. No. He just wanted to be an optometrist too. Just like Katy Perry and Eminem, they all wanted to be. And once again, it's such a hard profession to get into. He was just forced to become a musician instead. So he's got the eyeball right there, right? If that's not suspicious enough. Of course, you have the coffin right there, right? Let me see this coffin, right on Freemasonry, right on their, most of their the depictions of Freemasonry. But what is above that? Oh my goodness, look at that. It's a pentagram. Can you believe it? It must be a coincidence. Could you believe the Church of Satan and all these Satanists use that symbol too? They really should. Somebody needs to copyright that. A lot of these people are using the same symbols of one another, since they're all exclusive symbols. Then we get on the fridge here as he's preparing coffee or whatever he's doing. You can see black and white symbolism, right? Always the black and white symbols. You see it on his fridge. You even see him going through his wardrobes of what he's going to wear. And, he decides to pass on, a black t-shirt or, maybe a shirt, a Nike shirt. No. Before he puts on his Druid cloak, which he's about to do, he's got to make sure he grabs his other shirt, which is his black and white checkerboard shirt. The duality, esoteric duality, garbage that they believe in. So he grabs his black and white shirt. He grabs his cloak. He passes his altar, which he has. The fans of My Chemical Romance going bananas. They love it. They can't get enough of it. They're all it's all a big joke to them until they see what's going to end up happening. Then he gets to a room where, what do we see on the floor? Oh, it's another gigantic pentagram because he's going to be performing a magic ritual. But before he does it, what's he going to do first? He's going to tape the windows shut, folks. Now, why is this? Maybe he forgot his glasses. Right? It's too bright. The sun's coming in. He doesn't have shades. He's too cheap, so he's going to tape it. This is part of Aleister Crowley's teachings on how to summon spirits. I've covered this before with that guy Jay Station, who was promoting this, reading Aleister Crowley's book and showing people how to sell their souls and summon spirits and all this stuff. They tape it. They block any light from coming through. So they tape it. That's what they're ordered to do in Aleister Crowley's teaching. So, he's just following that. Unless, of course, you think he's just fed up, he had Blinds to Go were supposed to come over today, and he's like, oh, man, I really just need to, the sunlight's too bright in here. I got to hang something out. I'll just tape up my windows. That's normal. While I do a ritual summoning a spirit through the Ouija board, right? Hey, folks, it's the Ouija board. Brought to you by Milton Bradley or whatever company sells you the Ouija board. Go to any toy store in America. They're selling it. Parents are buying it for their kids. It's all fun and games, right? But we constantly see it used in all of these ritual practices. No, it's just fun and games. None of it's real. They're all having a good time. This is just original, storytelling by My Chemical Romance. As he summons the spirit with the Ouija board, you see the television screen. flickering in and out satanic sigils. Then, of course, it leaves this sigil on the screen. Now, this sigil is actually a sigil for My Chemical Romance. But I feel like they're going to be normalizing sigils, and they're going to be teaching people to make their own names in these sigils, right? We see these Satanists, they have sigils tattooed all over their bodies, from Damien Eccles all the way through the list, right? They have them tattooed on them. And where do we see these sigils? Oh, we see them in the Kabbalah, right? But that's not a book about magic. These aren't magic sigils, right? It's a book about Judaism, so we're told. So we have that, right? We have look at all these satanic sigils, very similar to one another. And of course, all the fans of My Chemical Romance are flocking to buy shirts with sigils. They're trying to figure out how they could spell their own names in sigils. Just another way to indoctrinate people into magic and the occult. But oh, it's just me. I'm a crazy Christian. I need to get with the times. People say I'm out of a time machine, like I'm like in the 1600s here with my thought process. I mean, this stuff couldn't be more thrown down your throat. It's unbelievable how accepting and tolerant people are of all of this stuff, especially parents who allow their kids to look at this crap. And, oh, yeah, they can get the shirt. No, it's not a big deal. Oh, he writes his name in it. So what? Oh, right, that's not an indoctrination of society into the occult. No, because that's not real, because everybody is free and has independent thought, right? Nobody's being socially engineered. Huh? That's all people are being socially engineered. Then you get Christians who support My Chemical Romance. They're like, I'm a Christian and I support them. It's not a cult, it's art. My parents thought I was like joining a cult when I saw it, but it's art. Oh, okay, it's art. Give me a break. Absolute break. So then, of course, after he summons the spirit tells him to run. There's knocking on the door. There's 3 creeps at the door wearing masks. I'm assuming it's the other band members, because everybody's going to take this as if, oh, they're summoning back their band because they've been on a break, from what I've read. Oh, they've been on a break and now they're returning. It's a reunion tour, or they're getting back together. So, the band, he's summoning the spirit of the band. He's summoning the spirit of My Chemical Romance. Oh, yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what the art behind it is. It's not an indoctrination. So they show up at the door. He goes through a red door and appears in a club filled with vampires, right? That doesn't tie in at all. This is just, he loves Twilight. He loves old school Dracula, right? With the cape and all that stuff. People sucking each other's necks, blood dripping down people's faces, cannibalism. That's not a thing. They're not promoting anything like that. Then after he leaves the club, we see him enter a room surrounded by druids holding candles. And there he is laying inside of the ritual circle. And what's going to happen next? I don't know. Maybe they'll release another video next week and we'll see the Baphomet come out of his butt. That wouldn't surprise me at all, right? Craps out of Baphomet. Gives birth to one, because I'm assuming the Baphomet was born out of the butt. Let's be real, right? Unbelievable. This is the world we're living in. How many days do I have? It's like, it's just amazing to me, because there's people that think that I literally, I will put something on and I force this for my message or for my agenda, right? And all I'm doing is showing you these things and breaking it down. Even something as simple as sigils. People don't even know what they are. So they see that logo thing. They're like, oh, that's nothing. They don't know that magic sigils are in the Kabbalah and that book is all about magic and indoctrinating people. That's why all the witches in Hollywood go to Kabbalah. Oh, I'm making it all up. It's just me, right? The Ouija board, the videos I've done on the Ouija board, people telling me I'm out of my mind. Or Dungeons and Dragons being a gateway into the occult. Oh, right. But we see it again and again and again. And what's the key to mind control? Repetition. And what are they doing with everybody? They're repeating the same things. They're indoctrinating people, but they're also using a variation of sigil magic on the audience who's a part of the spell that's being put on them. He even puts an album on during the video, but I can't tell if it was backmasking it, but I believe it was. He was backmasking during it. It just was a classical music type of thing, so there were words, so you couldn't tell, because I think if they put the words in backwards, people would be a little too suspicious. But to me, I believe he was backmasking in there. So you name it, folks, it's in there. They all love the eyeball, can't get enough. Black and white tiles, whether it's on their shirt or on the floor. It's nothing to do with Freemasonry and them teaching, indoctrinating people with Luciferianism. No. It's just a coinky dink. All these people just love to use this. You know what they must do? They must just like barter with each other, right? They're like, hey, we just shot Lady Gaga's video. My Chemical Romance, we heard you were shooting a video. Do you want to use the same clothing and set design? Okay, we'll save money that way. Bring over her black and white shirt and any pictures of eyeballs that you... I mean, give me a break. And they think it's art. It is an indoctrination with the occult. This is My Chemical Romance. It's the same thing. But people will go, oh, I think the message here is that they're summoning the spirit of their band to return. Huh? Holy moly. Brain cells 2020. Brain cells completely dead around here. Not on this channel. I'm talking about in America. Whew. Unbelievable. Another day of the same old crap. I thank you for listening to today's show. God bless all of you and your families.